Hey there guys, this is Dwight Shell with the Opposite Force Parkour, and today we're going to have an introduction to bar work. Alright, now this video is going to help all of you parkour and free running athletes out there understand the expectations of bar work, what parkour bar work actually consists of, and how you can start preparing your body for bar work. Okay, so when we're talking about parkour, what type of bar work are we talking about? We're talking about a combination of standalone parkour movements, gymnastics movements that we sort of changed the names for, and calisthenics. That's essentially it. For parkour and free running, it's a combination of a bunch of different skills, okay? Now, just going straight into bar work can be a little dangerous if you don't know about the momentum, you don't understand how to generate and control your momentum, if you don't know what to do with your hands, if you don't know how to regrip, if you don't know how to take care of your hands and the situation physiologically that you should be in, okay? The state of your body, the amount of strength that you should have, the amount of flexibility that you should have, and an overall understanding of building and controlling momentum with your own body, how to swing and things like that, and also how to bail from a bad bar trick, okay? So real quick, we're gonna get into all the things that we need to be doing with our body, the body parts that you need to be most focused on, and how to stretch and focus on how to prepare our bodies for bar work. The main reason we want to focus so much on preparation for bar work is because we want to ensure that we don't get injured. You don't want to jump up on a bar and blow out your shoulders or hurt your wrists or something like that. And you can also hurt your ankles if you land improperly. If you don't have good parkour landings already, then you're going to want to work on those. And a general understanding of the physics of landing in the first place, how to prevent injuries with proper landings, especially to the knees and ankles. Okay, so from there, let's go top down. What you should be doing with your body and how to prepare yourself for better swinging movement. First of all, it's going to be the hands and wrists. Hopefully you can see that. I've got calluses out of this world on both hands. We're going to do a separate video on how to make sure you can prevent ripping, but you actually want calluses. All right, if you look at a gymnast's hands, their hands are absolutely awful looking, and it's just something that you sort of get used to. So you can either shave down your calluses when they start getting really bad. If your hands are hurting while you're swinging, they're turning really, really red, that's sort of telling you that maybe it's time to, chill out for that day. Best thing you could possibly do is just run to your local athletic store, academy or Sports Authority or something like that, whatever you have, and buy some gymnastics chalk. All right, it's magnesium sulfide chalk. It's super cheap, super effective. It'll protect your hands. It'll help fight against the moisture that will naturally build up when your hands get all clammy, and that's not good for bars. The wrist, same with any other thing that we do. We always talk about wrist flexibility. All right, we always talk about wrist stretching. You can use your basic parkour wrist stretches for the wrist. All right, and we also talked about we have a whole different video about just wrists. All right, so we're gonna put that right here, and you guys can go ahead and go take a look at that whenever you have time, and you can figure out everything you need to know about preparing your wrists for really any athletic movement. All right, wrists are always important. They take impacts when we fall and things like that. It's reflex. First thing you do when you fall, put your hands down. All right, you don't want to take a real sharp fall on weak wrists and pie out, snap something up in there. All right, the elbows do a lot of work. Okay, the elbows do a whole lot of work, and you don't want like tennis elbow, tendonitis or something in the elbow. So make sure that you're stretching your elbows really well. Make sure that you're warming up. You can probably see the sweat. It is freaking hot, but that does not mean that I'm warmed up. Okay, do not confuse it being hot outside with your body being ready for physical activities. Then the shoulder girdles, the shoulders, all this stuff up near the deltoids, all this stuff on the inside. That comes down to warming up as well. But for your shoulder health and strength, that comes down to understanding what happens on the inside of the shoulder, okay? You want to decrease internal shoulder movement, okay? So that means making the right movements and learning your techniques properly through the shoulder. It's really, really important. A great thing that you guys can do to strengthen up your shoulders is to work on variations of pull-ups. I'm gonna leave a link in the description text down there so you guys can look at our video about pull-ups, and we're also going to be doing some different pull-up videos and more videos specifically to target the shoulder area, the shoulder girdle, because we haven't really seen a lot. For the midsection, however you stretch your abdominal region, I want you to stretch. But later on, I'm going to show you guys how to do a specific stretch to start working on your hollow back technique that you're going to use for swinging. The hip flexors, because you're actually going to get quite a bit of pop from the hip, especially whenever you're doing casts, or you're starting from a dead hang and you're kicking out really hard for a really good swing. Your hips are going to do a lot of work there. And then ankles are standard. However you're stretching your ankles, you can stretch your ankles. Most important thing for swinging is going to be the upper body. So we're going to be right back in a minute, and we're going to show you guys some of the basic movements that you can start doing while you're getting a hang of your bar. Okay, so we're just going to walk you guys through some very basic bar movements. Just some things to start getting you comfortable with being on the bar. All right, and I did talk about a stretch that's going to be very specific to making sure you can work on the bar, and it's going to be simple. So I'm going to roll around here and I'm going to show you guys how this works. All right, this is a very simple stretch that's going to allow you to work on your hollow back technique. Hollow back technique is a specific curvature that you're going to get in your body while you're swinging. And of course, we're going to do a swing tutorial, and you guys are going to get a little more information about the hollow back technique. But if I'm doing a hollow back, I'm going back this way. And when I come forward, I arch this way. And this is the stretch, okay? In order to keep your hands together, just loop your thumbs. Stick your fingers up and come forward on the toes, back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Keep your heels off of the ground. The main reason for keeping your heels off the ground is because during the hollow back technique, you're going to be pointing your toes. And keeping your heels off of the ground will start mapping that neurological pathway that will teach your calves to activate and keep those toes pointed down. I don't know why toes came out of my mouth. So weird. All right, so let's jump up on the bar, and we're going to show you guys some absolute basic movements. First one is going to be learning the hollow back on the bar. This is going to be a prerequisite to learning the swing, which we're going to do next. So you're going to jump up on the bar, palms facing out like a pull-up. You can actually bring your arms closer, like right above your shoulders, whatever feels comfortable. Just find out what feels comfortable. First thing I want you to do is a dead hang. Learning to dead hang properly is very, very important for any type of bar workout, especially whenever you're talking about pull-ups, okay? So let's jump on a dead hang. You're gonna engage the bar, both hands. Make sure you're not swinging, okay? Let your body straight down, come down through the shoulders, and literally dead hang. The only place you should be getting activation is through the shoulder. Right, now we're gonna manage some shoulder shrugs. Shoulder shrugs. These are real simple, but they will start building the activity of the upper back and the traps, okay? So you're gonna dead hang from the bar, and all you're gonna do is pick up slightly through the shoulders. You're gonna shrug your shoulders like your girlfriend's asking you what you did with her cat, and you're telling her, I don't know. Or your girlfriend wants to know what happened between you and Becky at your buddy's party, and you're telling her, I don't know. Make sure you're activating the shoulders, okay? A lot of the techniques for swinging are failed because people are activating the wrong body parts. So we've learned the dead hang, we've learned the shoulder shrug, and now we're gonna get a side shot on the hollow back technique. Okay, now we're going to work on the hollow back, okay? Once we show you the hollow back, it's going to be easier to understand what the hollow back is, but it's actually a arching body position that allows you to maintain and gain momentum. It's the same idea as when you're on a swing. So when you're on a swing, you want to go forward, kick your legs out. When you kind of come back, you pull them under the swing. Kick out, swing back, kick out, swing back. It's exactly the same principle of building a pendulum-like collection of momentum and actually maintaining that momentum for a proper swing, okay? So we're gonna engage our hollow back by coming forward like this. and then back, and forward, and back, and forward, and back, and forward, and back. And that is essentially the hollow back. We're just gonna switch around and let you guys get a view of what my legs are doing on the back side. Okay, that's the hollow back without all of the added momentum and muscular activation of the hip flexors and abdominal region to actually create the those are your basics for bar work, okay? Now the exercises that you should actually be using to improve your bar work capabilities will come at a later time, but just remember, start with dead hang so that you can see what it feels like to actually hang from the bar. Start those shoulder shrugs so that you can strengthen up the shoulder girdles. Pull-ups are absolutely fantastic. If you're having issues with abdominal strength and you're already up on the bar, you're already practicing bar work, you're getting a good start with calisthenics, you can start, I wouldn't say start, oh my God, look, the skin's peeling off. I wouldn't say start with things like leg raises, knee raises, cannonballs, and skin the cats. But if you can do them, those are great exercises to not only build up your muscles and specific muscle groups that are used for bar work, as well as ensuring that you have the proper endurance so that you can get on the bars and get a good workout on the bars instead of just being on them for 5 minutes, okay? If you guys have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments or hit us up on Facebook or Messenger like you normally do. I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe. We've got 1 week left to hit 100 subscribers, and we are kicking our butts. I think we just hit 75. So we just need like 2 subscribers per day, or maybe like 3, all the way until we hit the 1st of August, all right? So help us out. Make sure that you're sharing with all of your friends that do parkour. Make sure you're subscribing instead of just watching, and go out there and hang around. Catch you guys later. Yeah.